Hey guys, come on downstairs. We're playing a little Minnesota Twins franchise here. It is games 154 through 156 of year number 3. And we have 3 more road games left on the season, a 3-game series in Orange County against the Los Angeles Angels. We're 10-9 in the month of September with 9 games to go on the season. Game number 154, the Angels 88-65, leading the AL West. And starting lineups, we're going to go with Myers, Piscotty, Nunez, Valbuena, Mesoraco, Rosario, Peterson, Brian Caw, the DH, and Byron Buxton. The Angels will go with Altuve, Crump, Trout, Crone, Simmons, Choi, McBeth, Perez, and Williamson at third. On the hill today for us will be Kyle Gibson, making start number 30. He is 14-13, a 3.19 ERA, and we will face Matt Shoemaker, who is 5-10, a 4.05 ERA for the Angels. Let's get highlights started here in the 5th inning. This is Billy McBeth, the right fielder for the Angels, a September call-up. Has a couple of home runs to his name already, and we have no score here in the bottom of the 5th. 0-2 count, and Billy McBeth is going to put the Halos on the board with a solo home run. And the Angels go up 1-0 at the end of the 5th. Let's turn the page to the 6th inning now. Stephen Piscotty. He's batting .236, but we're leaving him in the 2-hole despite the low average. And I can't even tell you why. Stephen Piscotty splits the gap in right center field. It just seems like he does not strike out that much and does a lot of the little things. Eduardo Nunez, third in the lineup. He's going to line this one over the first baseman's head into right field, and that will move a runner over to third. So not a great start to the 6th inning for Matt Shoemaker. Runners on the corners with nobody out. Luis Valbuena at the plate, and Valbuena sends one high into right field. That one is heading back towards the track, and it is going to be gone. That one was as high as it was far. Luis Valbuena, a 3-run home run, and the Twins flip the score. Hector Santiago will come in for the Angels. And he is facing Devin Mesoraco, who's batting .252 with 16 home runs and 39 driven in on the season. And Santiago is going to issue a free pass to Mesoraco. That'll bring up Jace Peterson with 1 out. We're still in the top of the 6th inning. It's still 3-1. Jace Peterson's going to send this one high to dead center field. Mike Trout's going back of the wall, and it is gone. Jace Peterson with a dead center home run. Second Twins home run of the inning, and it's 5-1. At the end of the 6th, we go on to the 9th. Kevin Segrist has 49 saves on the year. He is facing Ji-Man Choi, who's batting .274 on the year. It's 5-2 with a runner on first. And this one is going to be looped into left field, and Eddie Rosario comes on, makes the diving play for out number 2. And that'll bring up Billy McBeth. He homered earlier in the game. Kevin Segrist looking for save number 50. And McBeth is going to pop this one into shallow right field. Jace Peterson is going back, and he will have it to end the game. And the Twins win Game 1 of this series in Anaheim by a score of 5-2. We are now 6 games ahead of the Detroit Tigers with 8 to play, and 7 ahead of the Indians. And we lead the season series against the Halos 3-1. So we are very close to clinching the American League Central. It could come during this series maybe if we get a couple of more wins. As we head into game number 2, the Angels at 88-66, we're 83-71. Our lineup is Buxton, Vargas, Rosario, Mesoraco, Peterson, Calero, Tapia, Caw, and Jones. The Angels will go with Altuve, Mitchell-Tree, Trout, Crone, Simmons, Plouffe, David Freese, Ivy, and Giovanni Soto behind the plate. On the hill today for us will be Alex Wood, making start number 30, a 2.78 ERA. 1.14 whip, 124 strikeouts on the season. We're going to face The lefty, Tyler Skaggs, who is 7-3, a 3.48 ERA for the Halos, 113 strikeouts to 31 walks. Let's go to the first inning. Kenis Vargas, batting .287. 3-2 count, runner on second. Vargas is going to ground it through the hole on the right side. It's Byron Buxton on the base pass, and he will score easily from second base on that single by Kenis Vargas. And the Twins jump out to an early 1-0 lead. Mike Trout now batting .335, 38 home runs, 111 RBIs. Should be the American League MVP. And he is going to do what we did yesterday and flip the score on us. So we go from up 1-0 to down 3-1, just as we did to the Angels yesterday in the first game of the series. Mike Trout with the home run. Trevor Plouffe batting .254, 19 home runs, 65 batted in. Former Twin, and Plouffe turns this one around to left field. He's going to wrap that one around the foul pole. He does. It is a home run for Trevor Plouffe. Just a solo shot. And it's 4-1 Angels. At the end of the first inning, a lot of runs put on the board in the first frame, and we go to the second. This is Jeff Mitchelltree. He walked, scored a run in his first appearance. He's batting .209. And runner going, and I believe that is Altuve. And Altuve is in with the stolen base. With 2 outs, Mitchelltree still at the plate, and he's going to pop this one into right field. Going back is Mario Calero, and it gets over his head and down for a hit. Altuve scores easily. Mitchelltree into second with an RBI double. It's 5-1 Angels. And now Mike Trout rips it right back up the middle. That's going to score another run, and Trout is into second with the double. Los Angeles leads it 6-1. And we go to inning number 3, Carlos Frias. On to pitch now. Alex Wood got hit pretty good. Mike Trout with the bases loaded and 2 outs, and Mike Trout hits this one high and deep to right field. That one is off the very top of the wall, and it is going to be chased down by Byron Buxton after it rolls clear back into the middle of right field. It's a 3-run triple. Mike Trout ends the game 3 for 5, a home run, a triple, and 7 RBIs to add to his already American League leading RBI total. The Angels run away with this one 13-1. And the Twins lead the season series 3-2. The Tigers won, so our lead in the Central is down to 5 games with 7 to play. And we face the Angels here again for Game 3. We're going with Myers, Piscotty, Nunez, Sano, Rosario, Valbuena, John Ryan Murphy, Peterson, and Buxton. The Angels will go with Altuve, Crump, Trout, Crone, Simmons, Plouffe, G-Man Choi, Macbeth, and Carlos Perez behind the plate today. Jose De Leon will take the hill for us. He's 8-3, a 3.47 ERA, 117 strikeouts and 24 walks for the Twins. And we will face the hard-throwing righty Marcus Stroman, who needs to change his glove color. Somebody needs to tell him he has been traded from the Blue Jays to the Angels. He's still wearing the light blue glove. Mike Trout at the plate now. No score, bottom of the first inning with 2 outs, and Mike Trout is going to take the high strike for strike number 3. He doesn't agree, but the MVP is going to have to take a seat. Second inning. John Ryan Murphy, 243, a home run, 10 RBIs. Bases loaded and nobody out, and he's going to rip this one through the hole on the left side. And 1 run will come in to score. John Ryan Murphy drives in the first run of the game. Jace Peterson batting .274, 10 home runs, 48 RBIs, bases still loaded with nobody out, and Jace Peterson, is going to send this one into left. Runner tagging from third and coming in to score is Eddie Rosario. It is 2-0 Minnesota. We go to the middle of the second. On to the 5th inning now. Stephen Piscotty, he's 0 for 2. He's batting .235, 17 home runs, 53 driven in with a runner on first and 1 out, and he's going to rip this one down the right field line. That one's going to roll around in the corner. And the runner rounding third is coming to the plate. That is Will Myers, and the throw is up the third baseline. And Stephen Piscotty drives in the run all the way from first. And the Twins lead 3-0. On to the 6th inning now. This is Dan Crump. a September call-up outfielder, and Crump's going to pop this one into shallow left field. Eddie Rosario's coming on. He makes the catch, and that will end the 6th inning. Still 3-0. Jose De Leon pitching a gem so far. Into the 7th inning, the Angels will bring in Tyson Green, and he will face Stephen Piscotty, who's 1 for 3 with a double and an RBI. He's got a chance to drive in another run, and Piscotty's going to ground it to third. On to first for the out. Middle of 7, it's still just 3-0 Minnesota. We go to the 8th inning now. Jimmy Dyer is on for the Twins. A 1.97 ERA. He has been pretty good at bridging the gap between the starter and the closer for us. But he gives up a base hit here, and 1 run will come in to score. That is C.J. Cron. Trevor Plouffe now. Runners on first and second, nobody out, and Trevor Plouffe is going to split the gap in right center field. Buxton doesn't take a great angle to it. 1 run comes in to score. Another one will cross the plate as well. And we are all tied up at 3 in the 7th. We will go to the 8th inning. They will charge a blown save to Jimmy Dyer. Carlos Perez now in the bottom of the 8th inning, and Perez drives it deep to left field. That one's going to wrap around the foul pole as well. And it's a solo home run for Carlos Perez. The Angels have come all the way back from down 3-0 to taking a 4-3 lead at the end of the 8th inning. We move on to the 9th. This time, the Angels trying to close things out. Their closer, Steve Cishek, 35 saves on the year, a 2.35 ERA. And Stephen Piscotty up again in a big situation with runner on first and 2 outs, trying to extend the game here in the 9th. And Stephen Piscotty strikes out, and the Angels come from behind to get the win. So they take the 3-game series 2-1. We still have not clinched the American League Central Division. We lead the Tigers, who lost in this 3rd day of this series, by 5 games with 6 games to play, and we play the Tigers next. So we will have a chance to clinch the division from the Tigers head-to-head. Let's look at the standings. Red Sox 2 games ahead of the Jays, 2.5 over the Yankees. We are up 5 over the Tigers with 6 to play. The Rangers and the Angels have both clinched a playoff spot, but they are fighting for that division title. The loser will be the home team in the wild card game. The Blue Jays and the Yankees fighting for that last wild card spot. Also, the Red Sox could drop into that mix as well. The Astros, Tigers, Rays, Indians, and A's all still mathematically alive, but with a very outside shot at making the postseason. In the National League, the Phillies, 3.5 games behind the Nats. The Cubs and the Dodgers have clinched. The Cardinals and the Pirates, who have held down the wild card spot for a long time, have given way to the Phillies, who are now only a game behind the 2 American League Central teams for that wild card spot. The Giants and the Diamondbacks still mathematically alive as well. So that is it for episode number 157. Up next, we have a chance to clinch the American League Central Division head-to-head against the Detroit Tigers here on Minnesota Twins Franchise on Mama's Basement Sports Gaming.